A Russian deep-sea research vessel deploys robotic submersibles, sending them descending 6,000 meters into the crushing abyss. They are hovering directly over the arteries of modern civilization. Down here, military command networks and global financial markets pulse through the darkness. We assume our digital lives bounce through the sky, but satellites handle less than 1% of global data transmission. 99% of the internet is actually pushed through fragile glass threads, sitting entirely defenseless on the ocean floor. This invisible physical network creates an exposed choke point, presenting a pristine target for state-sponsored espionage and silent sabotage. It forces a massive structural question. Why is our entire society tethered to an infrastructure so deeply vulnerable to both nature and human malice? Our modern vulnerability grew from humanity's original, arrogant attempts to conquer the hostile deep ocean. In the 1850s, a retired paper manufacturer named Cyrus West Field decided he was going to lay a copper wire across the Atlantic Ocean. After years of snapped lines, brutal storms, and total financial ruin, his crews finally achieved a brief moment of success in August 1858, linking Europe and America. The project's chief electrician was Dr. Wildman Whitehouse. A medical doctor acting as an engineer, he aggressively rejected the rigorous, highly sensitive detection methods proposed by his rival, physicist Lord Kelvin. Whitehouse believed he could overcome the vast oceanic distance through pure electrical force, forcing massive, punishing voltages through the delicate line. That excess voltage completely destroyed the cable's thin protective insulation. Within weeks, the line went dead. By 1866, the solution to this engineering failure was sheer scale. The SS Great Eastern was a vessel so massive it dwarfed anything else. Its colossal mechanical bulk made it the only ship capable of carrying and safely deploying thousands of miles of heavy armored cable across deep tectonic fault lines without snapping under the tension. The Victorians beat the Atlantic using heavy steamships and thick copper wiring. But that brute force mechanical approach is physically incapable of transmitting the data volume we generate today. We face a strict physical bottleneck. Copper cannot handle modern data loads, and while firing lasers through glass fibers works, light naturally attenuates. It fades and dies over long oceanic distances. To solve this, optical engineers designed the erbium-doped fiber amplifier, or EDFA. Every few dozen miles across the seabed, this specialized node catches a fading light signal, injecting it with energy and boosting it out the other side. But to keep these underwater lasers firing, they require a continuous, massive power supply. So engineers run a parallel copper conductor straight across the ocean, right beside the optical core. From shore stations, operators pump 10,000 volts of lethal direct current through this line, sitting just millimeters away from the delicate glass threads. This volatile combination of massive voltage and microscopic glass must operate flawlessly under billions of tons of freezing, high-pressure saltwater. Solving the problem of fading light required a fragile, highly charged physical miracle, one that is impossible to physically defend. We have mastered the physics of light, but we have left this volatile infrastructure entirely exposed to human malice. The modern threat comes from specialized naval intelligence units and unregulated shadow fleets, deploying surface vessels to actively map these underwater data choke points. Shadow fleets intentionally drag massive commercial anchors across the seabed, using sheer physical force to sever these communication lines. A coordinated strike on these specific coordinates would trigger cascading failures, instantly paralyzing Western military communications and destabilizing regional power grids. We scroll our screens assuming the network is an effortless, invisible ether, separated from the high-stakes physical warfare happening miles beneath the waves. The internet is an intensely physical, entirely defenseless infrastructure, currently at risk in a silent underwater war, forever altering how we perceive our daily digital existence.